Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our June All-Stakeholder meeting for the Summer EBT program known as Sunbucks. My name is Paula Martinez, and I'm one of the analysts assisting with this Sunbucks implementation. We will start a few housekeeping slides to familiarize you with the meeting controls. But first, we invite our Spanish interpreter, Areli Garrido, to step in and review the Sunbucks meeting introduction. Next slide.
Hola, muy buenas tardes a todos. Gracias por estar aquí. Vamos a empezar con el programa Soundbox de California y primero vamos a ver algunas diapositivas para ver cómo utilizar los controles de los idiomas.
To hear the Spanish interpretation, if you are in a laptop or a desktop, after we are done with this announcement, you will see a globe at the bottom right of your screen. Please click on the globe icon that says interpretation and select Spanish. If you are on an iPad or a similar device, locate the three-dot menu on the upper right side and select language interpretation, then select your language. For those of you who are speaking today, please remember to be loud and clear and speak at a moderate pace, as the interpreter will be interpreting simultaneously into the other language. And now Areli Garrido will provide the slides information in Spanish.
Ok, para poder seleccionar su idioma después de que terminemos con estas diapositivas, tienen la opción de el mundo que está en la parte de abajo y tienen que darle clic donde dice interpretación. Igual si están en una computadora o en una laptop. Si están en un están utilizando una tableta o un iPad, van a ver los 3 puntos que están en la parte de abajo y los tienen que seleccionar para el icono de interpretación. También las personas que están hablando, los ponentes, por favor, si pueden hablar fuerte y claro para el intérprete.
Next slide, please. Next slide, please. As you may have noted, this is a Zoom webinar. This webinar will be in listen-only mode. The meeting invitation also provides the option to connect to audio via phone or computer, depending on your preference. This webinar will be recorded, and as soon as the recording becomes available, you may follow the YouTube link on the Sunbucks webpage or go to the CDSS YouTube website to access the video recording. Next slide.
Ok, entonces, bueno, para que ustedes puedan, para que puedan utilizarlo, para escuchar, este webinar solamente se va a hacer en modo de escucha. Hay 2 maneras de conectar el audio, puede ser por teléfono o por computadora. Este webinar se va a grabar y se va a enviar un enlace para que tengan los materiales de la presentación y va a estar en la página de internet, de YouTube de Sunbox. Próxima diapositiva, por favor.
Sorry, give me a second, everyone. I want to make sure that I'm getting the Spanish interpreter in their own room.
Un momento, voy a asegurarme de que tenga el intérprete de español en su sala.
I'm sorry, if you can give me a second, we're having some technical difficulties. Thank you.
Un segundo, estamos teniendo algunas dificultades técnicas. Muchas gracias.
Hi, Paula. Paige may be able to assist you if she's co-host.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. We are all set now. We'll go to how to use the chat. So we are offering the chat feature in addition to the Q&A. So feel free to okay, I'm sorry. So as I mentioned, this webinar is listen-in only mode, but we are providing a way for questions to be asked. The primary way to ask questions about the program and today's content is by using the Q&A section. If you have any program questions, please ask them by selecting the Q&A button located at the bottom of your screen. You're welcome to submit a question at any time during the webinar, and they will be collected and answered at the end of the webinar during our Q&A period. Next slide, please. We're also offering the chat feature in addition to the Q&A. Please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, share your name, location, and organization if applicable. Note that when we're using this feature, you have the option to select everyone, which is the default, or to select a specific participant to send the chat to. If you're having any logistical questions or any logistical issues, you can use the chat function to ask for support from one of our co-host, Paige Gonzalez, who is handling logistics today. Go to the meeting control, select Paige Gonzalez in the drop-down, type in your logistics question and hit enter. Paige will respond and provide you with the answer to your question. The chat feature is to be used for logistical questions only, and all program questions should be asked in the Q&A section so we can better keep track of them, respond, and document the questions. Now I will hand it over to Jeremy.
Good afternoon. Next slide, please. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. You're good. Hello, my name is Jeremy. I'm one of the managers here on the Sunbucks team. In today's meeting, we will be starting out by revisiting some information we shared in our May meeting. We know that there's some folks that are their first time attending, so we want to make sure that we're going over the background and everything and that we're all on the same page. So in today's meeting, we'll also introduce our Sunbucks team members, provide background and an overview of Sunbucks, share some estimates of program participation and discuss who's eligible for the program, discuss how benefits will be issued and how customer service will be provided. We will also discuss our outreach efforts, including our social media campaign and robo-messaging for June. And as always, we'll go over our next steps and we'll provide some time for questions and answers. With that said, let's get started. Next slide, please. Since there's been a few recent changes in our team, we would like to introduce you to the current Sunbucks team. Our Sunbucks managers are me, Jeremy Pagan, Adriana Lechuga. Our bureau chief is Charisse Kemp. Our section chief is Andrea Chavez. The CalFresh and Nutrition branch chief is Andrea Brayboy. Our Sunbucks analysts are Bernardo Villarreal, Osmar Mesa, Paula Martinez, and Karina Gonzalez. And our project manager is Amy Guest Sims. Transitioning out of Sunbucks and off to new projects and positions are Jennifer Ford, Danielle Cinder, Fong Lee, and Paige Gonzalez. And we want to thank them for their contributions to the projects and wish them best as they move on to their new roles. Next slide, please. Let's start with an overview of how we arrive at Sunbucks as the new permanent summer EBT program. In December 2022, Congress passed the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2023, which created a new permanent S-EBT program for states to provide food benefits to families with school-aged children and low income over the summer months beginning 2024. In July 2023, California passed Assembly Bill AB 120, establishing the California Department of Social Services as the lead agency in partnership with the California Department of Education to maximize S-EBT program participation for summer 2024. In early 2024, the USDA rebranded S-EBT as Sunbucks. The Sun name is derived from the words summer and nutrition. California has adopted the USDA's Sunbucks branding and guidelines. For summer 2024, it's estimated that approximately 5 million California children will be automatically eligible for Sunbucks. The program will provide $40 per month, $120 total for June, July, and August, in food benefits to children eligible for free or reduced price meals, FRPM, as it might be known later in the presentation. The school closure period of June, July, and August is known as the Summer Operational Period, or SOP. Next slide, please. In May, California received approval on the 2024 Plan of Operations and Management, also known as the POM, from FNS, or the USDA. The POM outlines how California plans to administer the program for the summer 2024 and includes much of the information we will cover today. The interim final rule outlines specific requirements to establish eligibility, issue out benefits, and other operational requirements. It's important to keep in mind that this is a brand new permanent program and will take time to fully establish the resources required to implement the program in the way it's outlined in the interim final rule. With that being said, FNS recognizes that certain flexibilities will be necessary to successfully implement the program in such a short time frame for 2024. This slide outlines some of the important regulations and requirements established within the interim final rule and subsequently the Code of Federal Regulations. As you can see, for at least 2024, we requested flexibility in various areas as we work to acquire the necessary resources and establish the program and contracts. Next slide, please. Before we get into the Sunbucks specifics, we want to define terminology that will be important to know to understand the upcoming slides. You will hear the terms NSLP and SBP when used when discussing schools and eligible children. One of the requirements for the Sunbucks eligibility is that a child attend a school that participates in the National School Lunch Program, also known as NSLP, or the School Breakfast Program, also known as SBP. The National School Lunch Program and SBP, or the NSLP and SBP, are programs available to qualifying schools that serve meals to students. It is overseen by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and administered by the California Department of Education. And these programs are federal and state reimbursement programs for healthy, quality meals served and meet federal requirements. Schools that operate NSLP and SBP are required to offer free or reduced price meals for eligible children. When we refer to NSLP or SBP participating schools, we are referring to those that have been approved by the California Department of Education to operate the NSLP and or SBP programs at their school site. Another term we may refer to throughout this presentation is the summer operational period and instructional school year. For California, the summer operational period is June 1st through August 31st. This may differ in other states as the summer operational period is defined based on the state's average school calendar. The Department of Education reviewed available school calendars and found that over 90% of California schools are on summer break between June 1st and August 31st. The instructional year is the other months when children are normally attending class. For 2024, when we refer to our previous instructional school year, we are referring to the time period of August 1st, 2023 through May 31st, 2024.
Jeremy, can you please slow down for the interpreters?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Sure. Perfect opportunity for me to get a sip of water anyways. There are two main ways that children can be eligible, and the age parameters for eligibility differ for both. In California, the compulsory age to attend school for children is ages 6 through 18. So when we say school age, we are referring to children between the ages of 6 and 18. Lastly, you will hear CEP or Provision 2 school. CEP stands for Community Eligibility Provision School. CEP or Provision 2 schools allow the nation's highest poverty schools and districts to serve breakfast and lunch at no cost to all enrolled students without collecting household applications. Next slide, please. Let's now transition to our estimates for Sunbucks. Next slide, please. Again, actual data as of April 30th from CDSS and CDE estimate that nearly 5 million kids will automatically be eligible for Sunbucks. However, we anticipate the total number of children participating in Sunbucks will increase depending on the number of households who haven't yet applied for free or reduced price meals and are approved. The following 2 bullet points are the general eligibility requirements. There are 2 ways that children may be automatically eligible, which is called streamlined certification. All children that are school age, 6 through 18 years old, and receive CalFresh, CalWorks, or Medi-Cal at or under 185% of the federal poverty level for at least 1 month during the previous instructional school year will be eligible for Sunbucks for 2024. To reiterate, for 2024, any child who received CalFresh, CalWorks, or Medi-Cal for at least 1 month in the previous instructional year will be eligible to receive Sunbucks this summer. Now, the second form of automatic eligibility. All children between the ages of 0 through 22 are eligible if they are attending a school that participates in the NSLP and or S-EBT, and they are certified for free or reduced price meals. Data from CalSAWS and CalPADS identifies streamlined certification that allows for automatic issuances. Thus, eligibility for the majority of Sunbucks benefits will be determined automatically. Now, as a quick note, there are some exceptions. Children attending certain schools who are not automatically eligible to Sunbucks benefits will have the option to apply using the alternative income forms. More on that shortly. Next slide, please. We estimate that close to 5 million children will be automatically eligible to Sunbucks. 77% of children are identified as eligible through receiving CalFresh, CalWorks, and Medi-Cal. And 23% of children are identified as eligible through being certified by the California Department of Education for free and reduced price meal eligibility. This is accounting for all of the children that we already know are eligible. There's still a potential to see an increase in participation based on those children who attend Community Eligibility Provision, CEP, or Provision 2 schools and have yet to complete an alternative income form. More on that in the upcoming slides. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Oh, there you go. Thank you. This slide provides a visual illustration of the ways in which children are eligible for Sunbucks benefits. These are the ABCs of eligibility. We will begin with groups B and C in teal colors on the right, all of which are automatically enrolled due to streamlined certification. In group B, we have children ages 6 through 18 who receive benefits from CalFresh, CalWorks, or Medi-Cal. And we have group C with children ages 0 through 22 who attend NSLP/SBP participating schools who are already certified or categorically eligible. These children are considered streamlined certified, meaning they are automatically eligible without the household needing to do anything on their part. No action required. Now, a much smaller group of children is Group A, who are not Streamline certified, those in the banana color on the left. For them, action is required. Alternative income forms will be used to determine eligibility for Sunbucks. These are children between the ages of 0 and 22 who attend CEP or Provision 2 schools. A household can confirm that their child attends a CEP or Provision 2 school by asking their local school administrators. Children who do not meet these criteria are not eligible for Sunbucks. And now we'll look more closely at how children can get Sunbucks. Next slide, please. To be clear, there is no application for summer 2024. However, children who have attended a CEP or Provision 2 school and are not categorically eligible or are already receiving public assistance will have to take action by completing an alternative income form or school meal application. What is an alternative income form? Alternative income forms are typically used by CEP or Provision schools to gather information about a household, such as names of all household members and income. While the interim final rule issued by FNS speaks of an application for Sunbucks, for summer 2024, there is no Sunbucks specific application. Instead, we will be utilizing the alternative income form. Thus, families of children in Group A who are identified of attending CEP or Provision 2 schools and do not receive public benefits, Group B, or who are not categorically eligible or otherwise Streamline certified, Group C, will have to take action by completing the alternative income form. Households can request alternative income forms from their school. The household will fill out the form and submit it back to the school. It is important that households fill out this information as it determines whether the household is eligible for Sunbucks. And as a reminder, we anticipate this to be the smallest group of recipients of Sunbucks. But since they have to take action to get them, they will require the biggest outreach. Next slide, please. Group B eligibility. A child will automatically get Sunbucks if they're 6 to 18 years of age and receive CalFresh, CalWORKS, or Medi-Cal at or below the 185% of federal poverty level. Data to determine their eligibility is being collected from CalSAWS and will be used to support Streamline certification. Next slide, please. Group C eligibility is a child that will automatically get Sunbucks if they are age 0 through 22 and attending schools that operate an SLP or S-EBT and are certified for free or reduced price meals. Children in Group C can be certified for free or reduced price meals in a few ways. One, they submit a school meal application to their school and are approved. Two, they are identified by the school as categorically eligible, meaning they are a child in foster care, they are experiencing homelessness, are identified as a runaway, they are part of a migrant household, or they are attending Head Start. Or three, they are directly certified for free or reduced price meals, meaning the school has identified they receive a public assistance program such as CalFresh and automatically certified them as eligible for free or reduced price meals. Data to determine their eligibility is being collected from the California Department of Education and will be used to support Streamline certifications. Now I will hand it over to Adriana. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Jeremy. Hello, my name is Adriana Lechuga, and I am one of the managers assisting with the Sunbucks implementation. Now let's transition to benefits and the issuance plan. Next slide, please. The Sunbucks benefits are being provided via electronic benefit transfer on an EBT card. They are being issued in a lump sum of $120, which includes $40 per month for each of the 3 summer months. This includes June, July, and August. One card will be issued per eligible child for the entirety of the summer. So for example, a household that has 3 eligible children will receive 3 separate cards in the mail, one for each child. Now, because these benefits are intended for summer use, the Code of Federal Regulations requires that benefits be expunged, in other words, removed, 122 days from when the benefits are made available on the card. The expungement date is not noted on the card or accompanying documents. Customers may contact the SumBucks helpline if they would like to know their card expungement date. Benefits cannot be reloaded to cards once they have been removed. And to clarify some of the questions posed during some of our prior all stakeholder meetings, we'd like to reiterate that each card will have $120 per eligible child. Benefits must be used within 122 days of being loaded on the card. Cards will be very similar to the CalFresh EBT cards, except that Sunbucks will be printed on the front. The child's name will be on the card instead of the parent's name. And additionally, for 2024, cards will be magnetic strip. Chip tap cards will not be available for this summer. For enhanced security, we encourage card holders to download the free EBT Edge mobile app to create a PIN and to learn how to protect their benefits. This tool will provide SumBucks card holders with enhanced card security features, including the ability to freeze and unfreeze their card, change their PIN, and check their balance. More information can be found at www.ebt.ca.gov. Card replacements will be handled through a call center. Cards may be replaced if lost, damaged, or stolen. For 2024, benefits lost due to fraud will not be replaced. However, they may be replaced due to a household misfortune or a disaster. And since SunBucks benefits will expire 122 days after being issued onto the card, families who also receive CalFresh should prioritize using their SunBucks benefits first. Next slide, please. SumBucks card carrier information. We received feedback that stakeholders and advocates would like to see what was included in the envelope with the SumBucks card. This slide provides you with a screenshot of the card carrier. The following information is included on the card carrier to help customers with questions they may have, which includes an explanation of SumBucks benefits, the link to the SumBucks webpage, the customer service helpline phone number, how to activate the card, set up the PIN or change the PIN, how to report the card lost or damaged, and the card carrier also provides information on downloading the EBT Edge app to their mobile devices. The card carrier does not include information on the benefit expungement date. Customers will have to call the helpline phone number to receive information on the benefit expungement date. Next slide, please. Now, let's discuss how and when households can expect to receive their benefits. SumBucks issuances have begun, and each eligible child will receive a card with $120 in food benefits. We anticipate 2.5 million cards will be mailed by June 30th. This is almost half of our Streamline certified participants. It's important to understand that cards will be mailed alphabetically by last name to the address on file based on the hierarchy you see to the right of the slide. Households receiving CalFresh will serve as the foundation of the hierarchy, followed by CalWorks, then Medi-Cal, and finally the address on file at the child's school. So, for example, if a child receives CalFresh on their mom's case, but Medi-Cal on their father's case, the mailing address in the CalFresh case will take priority, and that is where the SumBucks card will be mailed. Similarly, if a child was identified by the Department of Education through a school match, but they also received CalWorks, the mailing address on the CalWorks case will take priority over the mailing address in the school system if they happen to be different. Now let's talk more about the timing. Since we estimate close to 5 million children will get SumBucks, and the card vendor can only process and mail about 2 million cards per month. Children will receive their Sunbucks cards throughout the summer and possibly beyond. We'll look at this a little more closely. Next slide, please. So we want to make it clear that households have begun receiving their Sunbucks cards for 2024. From now through August for stage 1 delivery, as shown in the slide by the red outlines. Due to the large volume of Streamline certified kids, issuance are split up into these 2 stages. For stage 1, households have begun receiving their cards and will continue through August. This addresses the nearly 5 million kids in Group B and C who are Streamline certified. Stage 2, households will begin receiving their cards in late August. These issuances will address new eligibility determinations made in the summer operational period. These will include kids in Group A, described earlier, who complete an alternative income form, and those newly eligible through summer meals applications or CalWORKs, CalFresh, and Medi-Cal. This stage also includes escalation issuances. This means cards will likely continue to be sent after August and likely through January 2025. But regardless of when the card is mailed or received, the Sunbucks card will still be loaded with the full $120 per eligible child. Next slide, please. Communicating the timing and delivery of the cards is a crucial piece of our outreach campaign. Card delivery will be staggered across the summer and potentially beyond. Because we are issuing about 5 million cards, our vendor needs to spread them out across 2 stages. The great news is that nearly 5 million kids will get their cards in stage 1. But since they're spread across the summer, we want to make you aware of the best estimates of when they will be delivered. As we mentioned earlier, cards are being mailed alphabetically according to the child's last name. This means that Streamline certified children with last names starting with the letter A through the letter D can expect to receive their cards in June. Children with last names starting with the letter E through L can expect to receive their cards in July. And children with last names starting with the letter M through C can expect to receive their cards in August. Additionally, we shared this graphic in our June newsletter, which is posted to the Sunbucks website. We hope this will help folks understand when they can expect to receive their cards. Next slide, please. Now, let's look at the stage 1 card issuances, which includes children Streamline certified in groups B and C. We are excited to announce that Sunbucks cards began arriving to families the week of May 28th, and as of June 7th, 1,080,000 Sunbucks cards have been mailed, which is 22.5% of the total cards. This means we are on target to complete the mailing of the 4.9 million cards by mid-August 2024. Next slide, please. And now we'll transition to customer service. Next slide, please. So customer service is a huge piece to ensuring a successful rollout of Sunbucks, and we are happy to announce that our call center went live on May 28th. The helpline phone number is provided on this slide and can also be found in the card mailer, on the back of the Sunbucks card, and on our website. The call center helps families with personal identification number setups, also known as PINs, and card replacements, address changes, both general and complex eligibility questions, and fields escalations to CDSS and CDE as necessary. Escalation items could include requests to opt out of the Sunbucks program, benefit replacements due to a household misfortune, or eligibility disputes. The helpline also provides expungement states to families. Next slide, please. Now, we'd like to share some data on the calls received. The first table shows the total number of cards received in May broken down by language. As we mentioned, the call center went live on May 28th, so May only accounts for 4 days of data for a grand total of 4,465 calls. The second table shows the calls received from June 1st through June 14th, also broken down by language, for a total of 45,170 calls. And now I'll hand it over to Bernardo to discuss our outreach. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Adriana. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bernardo, and I'm one of the analysts helping with the Sunbucks implementation. Let's transition over to outreach efforts. Next slide, please. Because Sunbucks is a brand new program, we're using the various methods of outreach and education that you see on the screen to inform families on Sunbucks, including these all stakeholder meetings, which are posted to the CDSS YouTube channel. And we'll share a link in the chat in a moment. Next slide, please. We've published all county welfare directors letter on May 28th, 2024 to support counties in their understanding of the Sunbucks program, to clarify their role, and to request their assistance in sharing program information and card pickup information for children who are experiencing homelessness. And we'll share a link to that in the chat. Next slide, please. And we're continuously updating the Sunbucks webpage as it is a great resource for families and our stakeholders to access additional information about the Sunbucks program. We'll share the link in the chat in a moment. And the website currently has information on what are Sunbucks, who is eligible, how to get Sunbucks, how to submit a dispute, frequently asked questions, other food resources, and a partners page. And please feel free to direct folks to this website to learn more about Sunbucks. Next slide, please. We're happy to announce the Sunbucks June 2024 newsletter is now available for distribution and posted to our partners page as of June 10th, and translations are forthcoming. We'll share a link to that in the chat in just a moment. The newsletter will be sent out quarterly to update folks on the Sunbucks program and all it has to offer. Included in this newsletter is information about the program, how it works, what the Sunbucks cards look like, and what the card mailing schedule is currently. Important contact information is shared, such as the link to the Sunbucks webpage, the helpline phone number, the Sunbucks email address, and the CDSS YouTube channel. We hope that this newsletter provides everyone with quick access to vital information for the Sunbucks program. Next slide, please. We're also happy to announce that our May 2024 social media infographics are now available on the partners page of our website under infographics and are translated to Arabic, Chinese, Russian, Spanish, and Vietnamese. And we'll share a link to that in the chat in just a moment. Next slide, please. I think we're missing one. If you want to go back just one, slide 35. Apologies. Okay, so that was my mistake. Moving forward, our plan for Sunbucks 2024 social media messaging is to be introduced in 4 phases, and as seen on the screen. June, the social media messaging will be Sunbucks cards start arriving this summer for groups B and C. And this campaign was just posted to the CDSS Sunbucks webpage on June 17th. July's messaging will include use Sunbucks before CalFresh. August messaging will include Sunbucks applications due August 31st for Group A. And September messaging will be use Sunbucks before they expunge or they expire for Groups B and C. Note that due to the variation in our eligibility groups and staggered card issuances, future messaging campaigns may need to be tailored appropriately. And as a note, our Public Affairs Office will be posting these future campaigns via CDSS Facebook, LinkedIn, and X, formerly known as Twitter. These campaigns will also be available on the CDSS Sunbucks webpage, partners page. Next slide, please. We're also happy to announce Stage 1 automated messages launched on June 6, 2024. Automated messaging consists of emails, text messages, and phone calls that are sent to families whose children were Streamline certified for Sunbucks in Stage 1. If families did receive a Sunbucks card and not an email, Sunbucks card in the mail if they haven't received them just yet. Automated messaging will be staggered according to the issuance timeline we shared a little earlier, and Stage 2 will begin in August for children who were not included in Stage 1. Also note that we have had these messages translated into the top threshold languages, which include Spanish, Vietnamese, Cantonese Chinese, Russian, Armenian, and Arabic. To address groups A and C, we will work with our partners at CDE to support messaging to these audiences via their various town halls, listservs, social media, and webpage. Next slide, please. Lastly, we're also very happy to announce the CDSS Sunbucks press release was published to the CDSS Sunbucks webpage on June 5th, 2024, and the Spanish translation is also available as of June 14th, 2024. We're excited to share that Governor Gavin Newsom shared a press release about Sunbucks on June 4th, highlighting that for kids who rely on school breakfast and lunch programs, summer break can be a stressful and challenging time. Building on our ongoing efforts to support healthy food access for children year-round, I'm proud that California is partnering with the Biden-Harris administration to provide Sunbucks for our families so that no child faces hunger during the summer months. The full press release is posted on our partners page, and we can share a link to that in the chat in just a moment. Next slide, please. To highlight some of Sunbucks' efforts so far, let's look at some of our big wins for this year. Sunbucks cards began arriving to families the week of May 28th. As of May 28th, the Sunbucks helpline went live. As of May 30th, Sunbucks cardholders started purchasing food with Sunbucks. As of June 6th, automated messaging began. And as a reminder, automated messaging is being sent out via email, text, or voice call, and advises the households that they should be expecting a card to arrive soon. And our biggest win of all is that we are one of the first states in the nation to issue Sunbucks benefits this summer. Truly is a big win. Congratulations to our Sunbucks team, internal CDSS teams, the California Department of Education, advocates, and stakeholders for making this happen. Next slide, please. And now, as for our next steps, we will continue with our outreach campaigns throughout the summer to inform families about the Sunbucks programs, to use their Sunbucks Before CalFresh benefits, to apply before August 31st for families not automatically enrolled, and use their Sunbucks before they expunge or expire. We will continue to track card issuances and call center metrics. And finally, we have started planning alongside our CDE, or California Department of Education partners, for the 2025 Plan of Operations and Management, or POM, for next year. And for now, I'll pass this to Paula to review questions that have been asked in the Q&A chat. Thanks, everyone. Next slide, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm back to review the Q&A section with you all. But first, a quick reminder that this webinar was recorded. A link to all presentation materials will be published on the website once available. Please note that these require time and patience for ADA accessibility and translation. You can find recordings from our prior stakeholder webinars on the Sunbucks playlist as part of the CDSS YouTube channel. You can see the link to the page on the slide. Now we'd like to hear from you. So I'm going to be reading off the questions that were posed during the webinar as well as our responses. We have a participant said we have a sponsored site and want to know if we need to report these students so they can receive their benefits. So we can provide if you could provide the name, city, county of your site, we can forward that information to the California Department of Education. Another participant who is a service manager in San Diego High School, try to upload the families that qualify for CalFresh, but weren't able to upload student information into our portal, and even though they follow all the directions, so we will forward this information to the California Department of Education. So thank you for your question. Another question is, we have a sponsored site and want to know if we need to report these students so they can receive their benefits. To answer your question, our school is South Pasadena Unified School. Okay, great. So this is a response to the prior question. So we will forward that information to CDE. Are kids on tribal reservations eligible if they do not attend a traditional school? What if they have CalFresh? Children that attend a school that participates in the National School Lunch School Breakfast Program or receive CalWorks, CalFresh, Medi-Cal, or FDPIR are eligible for Sunbucks. This next question comes from Luz in the San Bernardino County. She recently processed a meal app for a family, but our data specialist wasn't able to upload their eligibility to CalPads as our school year ended in May and the students don't have a current/active enrollment. How can I get these students' eligibility uploaded so that they can get their S-EBT card? So we will forward this to our CDE partners. Thank you for your question. How do we know if the school is a CEP/Provision 2 school? Is there a website where we can check this? The school's nutritional service department will know this information. We will inquire with our CDE partners to ask if there is an available list that we can share. Is there an estimate on how many households have completed the alternative income form so far? Great question. We will forward this question to our partners at CDE. It is important to note that alternative income forms were made available to families beginning July 2023. Another question, for the sake of clarity, CEP eligible sites for 2024 does not need alternative income form information, correct? CEP sites will use the alternative income form to determine Sunbucks eligibility. If a child is 0 to 22 and does not attend a school that is NSLP or S-EBT, they will not be eligible for a Sunbucks card. In terms of CDE data, that is correct. However, it is important to note that children ages 6 to 18 who receive CalWorks, CalFresh, Medi-Cal, or FDPIR are eligible for Sunbucks, regardless of the school of attendance. The child doesn't have to be enrolled in CalFresh, CalWorks, or Medi-Cal, right? Just the household. So children are streamlined certified based on the receipt of a mean tested program. If they are 6 to 18 and receive CalWorks, CalFresh, or Medi-Cal, or under 185% of the federal poverty level. Another question is, if a child does not attend or is not enrolled in an NSLP or S-BP, how do they get an alternative income form to complete? The family should contact the local school of attendance to obtain the correct form used. Will there be one card per child per household? That is correct. 2024 card issuance is one card per each eligible child. Would there be a scenario where students would not receive the full 120, or if they are eligible, they should receive the full amount? Sunbuck benefits are not prorated. Children will receive the entire 120 benefit allotment. Please send the helpline number, and the number again is 877-328-9677. Will Sunbucks eligibility guidelines change for a CEP school or Provision 2 school next year? The USDA Food and Nutrition Service has not issued a final rule for this program. Based on the interim final rule, eligibility guidelines will not change for the 2025 summer operational period. As another question is, a Sunbucks card arrived at the district office because their address was used for a student at their enrollment. They have tried to reach the family by phone and emails and have not received any communications from them. What should be done with the card? Since there is no current address. The school should follow established routing protocols for mail received on behalf of the family. Will these Sunbucks cards be used for future benefits for next year, for example? Just wondering if they should keep this card or toss them after using them this summer. Well, we are still planning for future iterations of the Sunbucks program. We do not have plans to reload cards for 2025. If the school site takes alternative income forms separate from lunch forms, is that the same thing as an approved alternative form? It would be the school site's responsibility to report it. So we will take this forward to our CDE partners to inquire, but thank you for your question. If children are not enrolled at the school and they are 0 to 22, they can go to any school and complete an alternative income form. Students must have attended a school that participates in the National School Lunch Program or School Breakfast Program. Students must apply at the local school of enrollment. Another question is, what if a child is the ages of 4 to 5? So compulsory school age in California is 6 to 18. If a student is age 4 to 5 and attends an NSLP or SBP participating school, their information has been included in the streamlined eligibility data. Will they receive Sunbucks, for example, pre-K or kindergarten? So children must attend an NSLP or SBP participating school and be directly certified or categorically eligible for free or reduced priced meals. Thanks for this outreach messaging. Will the June social media posts also be available in multiple language? We're actively working on expanding language access by translating all partner resources, including the social media campaigns. Please keep a lookout as additional languages are added to our webpage. Do you know what the envelope containing the Sunbucks cards look like? Our team services unit is wondering if there's something that will help to easily identify these cards that are delivered to county offices for unhoused populations. Thank you for your question. We will take this question back to inquire if the envelope has any identifiers. Can the participant pin a Sunbucks EBT card at county district office, or must they call the customer service number? Sunbucks families should call the phone number on the back of their cards or utilize the EBT Edge portal set/reset their pins to set or reset their pins. If an organization or school creates their own Sunbucks outreach infographic and wants to use the CDSS logo and Sunbucks logo, do they need approval to use the logo in their outreach materials? So thank you for your question. Please send this request to our email, which is sunbucks@dss.ca.gov. That's our email address. If you could please send that request over to us. Will we receive this presentation to our email? The presentation will be made available on YouTube once it has completed the accessibility process. So the team will send the link once once it's available. As of 5:30, people began purchasing food with Sunbucks. Households began redeeming of Sunbucks benefits beginning the week of June 3rd. I received a call today that they need a completed alternative income form based because our district is CEP. Is that true? That is correct. The school district should have the alternative income form available for local control funding formula purposes. Is the newsletter available in Spanish? I only found it in English. The newsletter is currently only available in English. We're actively working on expanding language access. Please continue to check the Sunbucks webpage as it is updated with new materials and translations when available. This will be the last question since I want to make sure that we are wrapping up on time. Where does the alternative income form need to be sent? Alternative income forms are provided and turned into the child's local educational agency. Thank you so much for your questions. Again, if you have any additional questions, you are also free to email us at our email, which we will share in the chat. Next slide, please. Our next meeting will be on Tuesday, July 16th from 2 to 3. Be on the lookout for an invite to the next meeting. Meanwhile, feel free to email your questions to sunbucks@dss.ca.gov. Also remember that all meeting materials will be sent out to everyone on the email distribution list once they become available. Next slide, please. Thank you all for your participation, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone.
Paula, can we put it on? Someone asked in the chat to put it on the slides that shows the A, B, and C.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
Someone asked if we could show the slide with the A, B, and C groups. I figured we could just throw that up really quick if possible.
Yes.
It's slide 15.
Thank you.
Thank you all.